the Las Vegas Aces. So let me see how much it's gonna bust my pockets to go see the Aces in their first preseason game, man. $19. Jeez Christ, Jesus, please, man.
A'ja Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces have just been hit with a harsh reality check, and it's not a good look. While the Indiana Fever's preseason game sold out in less than an hour, the reigning MVP, A'ja Wilson, and her team, the Las Vegas Aces, are practically giving away tickets like expired coupons. Caitlin Clark is outshining a team that boasts the so-called best player in the league. Let that sink in. Did A'ja Wilson forget to send out game reminders? Did Vegas's marketing team get distracted by a slot machine jackpot? Someone needs to call the Aces front office because it looks like they need Caitlin Clark just to keep the lights on.
But yeah, man. A'ja Wilson, man, commanded $19.
Caitlin Clark doesn't just move the needle. She is the needle. And if you need any more proof of that, the Indiana Fever exhibition game sold out in just about 30.
Meanwhile, in Indiana, fans are scrambling to secure any seat they can find. The Fever's preseason game against Brazil's national team, held at the University of Iowa Caitlin Clark's alma mater, didn't just sell out, it crashed ticketing systems. Resale prices skyrocketed, with some seats going for thousands of dollars. The cheapest ticket now? Between $400 and $500. That's right, $500 just to watch Caitlin Clark warm up in a preseason game. Fans are treating this like Game 7 of the WNBA Finals.
Hey, it's a big situation again. Like Caitlin Clark selling out Iowa, sold out a preseason game. People saying it sold out in 40 minutes. This is within 20 minutes. Like, obviously, you couldn't get onto the damn website. It's sold out. You could have been trying to refreshing the page and not got tickets. Most of the time, it officially sold out in 40 minutes, but like realistically, it almost crashed the web.
But let's talk about what's happening in Vegas because it's downright embarrassing. The Aces, the so-called powerhouse of the league, are struggling to convince people to spend a mere $19 on tickets. Yes, $19 less than the cost of a pizza dinner. At this rate, they might as well throw in a free drink and a souvenir to sweeten the deal. You'd think a team stacked with MVPs, All-Stars, and Olympians wouldn't have to beg for attendance, but apparently, people just aren't interested.
This, by the way, is driving A'ja Wilson fans nuts. They're furious that this is happening on the same day. Why are they doing this? Oh my God, don't they realize the impact that A'ja Wilson, blah, blah. What impact? Stop it.
The contrast couldn't be more obvious. With the Fever, you have packed arenas and fans willing to spend serious cash to witness the start of a new era. In Vegas, you could probably buy Aces tickets with pocket change and still have enough left over for a buffet dinner. This isn't just about ticket prices, it's about demand. People are fighting to be in the building for Caitlin Clark, while the Aces are hoping anyone shows up.
Luck finding affordable tickets for the Indiana Fever preseason game against Brazil at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Seats at the arena for the May 4th matchup between the Indiana Fever and Brazil were first offered to season ticket holders and a few top donors. It didn't take long for them to be gone.
Think about it. The resale value of 2 courtside Fever tickets for a preseason game could cover a round-trip flight to Vegas, a fancy hotel stay, and a 5-star dinner with enough left over to snag Aces tickets and still get change back. That's how wild this gap is. The Fever is electric because people genuinely want to be there. Meanwhile, the Aces could probably fit an entire high school pep rally into their arena and still have open seats.
37 minutes. That's all the time it took for all 13,000 tickets to sell to season ticket holders. The University of Iowa is trying to make sure the tickets go to fans. Instead, the legislature made you even more. The words "sold out" are plastered on the doors at Carver Hawkeye Arena and the team's website for tickets to see Hawkeye legend Caitlin Clark and her Indiana Fever take on the Brazil women's team in a preseason game.
Caitlin Clark didn't just enter the WNBA, she reshaped its entire landscape. The Fever, a team that hadn't been relevant in years, is suddenly the hottest ticket in basketball. And the Aces? Well, they just got a front-row seat to the harshest reality of all. Winning titles doesn't always mean winning fans.
They're sold out, so I really don't know what they're going to do about this. I guess it's just kind of like one of those missed opportunities, and you know, a lot of people are saying they need to move this to a stadium because there's no doubt in Iowa, if you move this to a stadium, it would be sold.
The excuses are rolling in, but the reality is clear. There's just no hype. Some argue it's a market issue that Vegas has too many entertainment options. But hold up, last time we checked, Indiana isn't exactly Times Square, and yet the Fever are selling out games at record speed. Meanwhile, the Aces are practically begging people to show up. Two-time champions, stacked with star power, yet their tickets are sitting in the bargain bin. That's not a market problem, that's an interest problem.
See how many people showed up to watch Caitlin Clark play golf? With actual attention, economics at play, Caitlin's participation in any league has an existential bearing. Nobody outside of Asia herself cares about whether Asia shows up.
A'ja Wilson, the so-called face of the league, can't even get enough fans in the stands to cover the cost of a regular dinner. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, fresh off a history-making rookie season, has the entire world glued to her every move. It's not even close. The Fever's stock is soaring, while the Aces are looking more like an afterthought with every empty seat. Fans aren't rushing to see Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, or A'ja Wilson dominate teams. They're lining up, paying top dollar, just to get a glimpse of Caitlin Clark lighting up the court.
It's crazy because literally nobody asked, and sources close to A'ja Wilson decided to answer anyway.
And let's be real, when's the last time you saw courtside seats to watch a reigning MVP for under $20? That's insane. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's games sell out in minutes, and if you blink, resale prices are hitting sky-high numbers. That's not even a fair fight. The Caitlin Clark effect is undeniable, and A'ja Wilson and the Aces are just going to have to accept it. People are debating whether Caitlin Clark is changing the game, while A'ja Wilson is struggling to sell tickets like a clearance sale at a thrift shop. The Aces thought they were the hottest thing in the WNBA, then Caitlin Clark stepped in, and the landscape shifted overnight. Aces fans love to throw around the back-to-back championships argument, but here's the truth. What's the point of being a dominant team if nobody's watching? You could walk into an Aces game 5 minutes before tip-off and still land a front-row seat like it's an open mic night. Meanwhile, trying to get a Caitlin Clark ticket is like trying to score front-row seats at a Beyoncé concert gone in seconds. There are levels to this, and Caitlin Clark is proving she's in a league of her own. The WNBA's future has arrived, and the Aces just got left in the dust.
I shouldn't be surprised, and yet I'm still surprised because Indiana Fever preseason, not even like preseason, exhibition game, where the Indiana Fever are going to play the Brazilian national team at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Caitlin's college facility, sold out. They went on sale this morning at 9 a.m. for Fever season ticket holders, Iowa donors, and Iowa season ticket holders for women's basketball, and then general admission was supposed to go on sale tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm hearing rumblings of like maybe scalpers got in, like the secondary market is already crazy, but it was sold out and a bunch of season ticket holders couldn't even get their tickets. Iowa Women's Basketball posted this on their Instagram and on their Facebook just a few minutes ago that, hey, it's already sold out. No point in trying to get tickets tomorrow for the general public because you can't.
Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's shifting the entire landscape of the WNBA. She's got people who never watched a women's game in their lives suddenly buying jerseys, lining up for tickets, and filling arenas they didn't even know existed. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson's games have the energy of a midweek high school scrimmage, half-empty seats and popcorn that's probably on a 2-for-1 deal. Aces fans can talk all they want about how their team is disrespected, but if people actually cared, the ticket sales would reflect it.
The thing that we've seen jump so much this season in the WNBA is merch sales. There was a report that came out from the boardroom saying that since the start of the regular season, sales of WNBA merchandise are up over 500% versus the same period last year, with fan gear sales over the first half of the season at the highest in league history. Player-specific merchandise, including jerseys and t-shirts, have seen a staggering 1,000% increase in sales. Additionally, sales of league-specific merchandise like the popular orange WNBA hoodie are also up 200%.
Let's put it this way, Caitlin Clark could announce she's playing a pickup game at the local gym, and fans would be camping outside like it's Black Friday. Yet here we are, watching the two-time defending champions struggle to give away tickets. It's comical that people still try to downplay Clark's impact when the proof keeps piling up: ticket sales through the roof, TV ratings breaking records, hype unmatched. Meanwhile, the biggest storylines coming out of Vegas aren't about their on-court dominance but about who's leading their latest pregame TikTok routine. Priorities, right?
Top-selling WNBA player merch: Caitlin Clark, #1 in jersey sales, Angel Reese 2, Sabrina 3, Kate Martin 4. We talked about this earlier in the season. I feel sad that Kate Martin also hasn't gotten as much playing time the second half of the season. I feel like she deserves more, or maybe she deserves a different team. How crazy would that be if she went to Indiana? Just saying. And then #5 on the list is A'ja Wilson.
And don't even get started on jersey sales. Clark's jersey was the bestseller last season, topping not just the WNBA but outselling plenty of NBA stars. A'ja Wilson? Sitting in 5th place, hoping someone picks up her jersey with a meal combo. The reality is clear. Clark is the main event, and the Aces? They're just the undercard fight. They might get a few cheers, but everyone really came to see the headliner. The numbers don't lie, the fans don't lie, and the impact is undeniable. Caitlin Clark has taken over, and some folks just need to accept that.
One topic in sports: the face of the WNBA, Caitlin Clark. Every time this woman steps on the court, she's doing something that we've never seen before. She is officially the face of the league. There's no doubt about it. The numbers don't lie. Whether it's viewership, whether it's ticket attendance, she's doing sold out.
A'ja Wilson walks around like she's the undisputed face of the WNBA, 3-time MVP, 2-time champion. On paper, she's got the accolades. But if she's really that much of a superstar, then why can't her team even sell out a preseason game with tickets cheaper than a fast food meal? Meanwhile, Clark has people dropping hundreds, sometimes thousands, just to get into the building. This isn't just hype, it's a reality check. Clark isn't just winning games, she's elevating the entire league in ways no player before her has done. Every arena she steps into is packed, standing room only, resale tickets skyrocketing. She's actively changing the WNBA in real time. And when you look at A'ja Wilson and the Aces, what do you see? Where's the excitement? Where's the energy? Where's the so-called superstardom everyone keeps talking about? Let's be real. Las Vegas is a tourist city. It's got a constant flow of visitors, people looking for entertainment. Filling a small arena should be the easiest thing in the world, especially when tickets cost less than a night at a budget motel. But nope, they're practically giving them away, and still, people aren't showing up. What does that tell you? Maybe the so-called Aces dynasty isn't as beloved as they think. Maybe people outside their fanbase just don't care. Maybe A'ja Wilson isn't the draw she believes she is. But you know who is a draw? Caitlin Clark. When she sneezes, ESPN covers it. When she blinks, social media explodes. The WNBA's ticket sales, merchandise numbers, and TV ratings are all up, and there's one common denominator: Clark.
So, for all Aces fans, it's over. It's over. It's over. The reign of the Aces is over. I understand the shortest dynasty in the history of the sport of basketball. You know, I've never heard of a dynasty that won 2 championships and then was done. Because You're seeing all the ring-chasing free agents getting out of Vegas.
Meanwhile, Asia and her team are sitting there, wondering why nobody is interested in paying pocket change to watch them. It's embarrassing. A two-time champion team should at least have a solid home crowd, right? But they don't. And before anyone tries the "it's just preseason" excuse, let's not forget Clark's preseason games were packed. The Fever are selling out practice games, while the Aces can't even get their own city to care. That says everything you need to know.
Something about the way she plays the game, her passing, her shooting, that people really identify with. I really feel like we're poised and we're set up for a great, successful next era of Fever basketball.
It's outright disrespectful not just to Caitlin Clark but to the league itself. The WNBA keeps hyping up its so-called superstars, yet when it comes time to sell tickets, those same stars can't even fill an arena. Let's be real. If Clark were on the Aces, there wouldn't be bargain bin tickets floating around. If she were wearing a Vegas jersey, those same seats would be triple the price and still sold out in minutes. The difference is glaring. So maybe it's time for a reality check. Maybe it's time to acknowledge that Asia Wilson isn't the superstar she's made out to be. If she were, she wouldn't be out here struggling to get people to show up, while Caitlin Clark is out here rewriting history.